Hi, I'm James Anderson at the Channel Partners Evolution Conference in Austin, Texas. And I'm very happy to be joined by Kevin Leonard, Vice President of Alternate Channels for AT&T.
Hi, James.
Here to talk to you several minutes about AT&T, its channel programs, and just all the cool things going on with AT&T in the channel. So, Kevin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. And you're doing?
Very well.
Excellent.
Very good to be here.
Nice conference. Thank you for the invitation. It's always wonderful to be here.
Indeed. So, Kevin, can you talk a little bit about what makes AT&T's channel programs stand out?
Yeah, no, I'd love to. When you think about AT&T, we're a very large company. But as big as we are, we realize we cannot cover the marketplace without the help of an indirect channel. And what's great about AT&T is we know there are so many different type of companies out there, large and small, that have their own business models. So at AT&T, we have multiple programs that line up against those different business models. We have the AT&T Partner Exchange, which is just a fabulous flagship program that works with the companies that want to resell our services. We have the Alliance program, again, another flagship product. You're going to hear that word from me a lot. That deals with companies that want to sell retail solutions on AT&T paper. And we even have flanker brand programs like ACC, which is a fabulous program and very simple to work with. So we have the programs that meet indirect partners' needs so that they can meet their customers' needs, because that's what it's ultimately all about.
Right. And you lead the Alliance Channel, is that correct?
I do. I lead the Alliance Channel. Of those three, I have ownership for the Alliance Channel.
Great. So for the Alliance Channel, do you mind talking about what a typical channel partner will look like?
Well, I'd love to, but there is no typical channel partner. And the reason for that is that AT&T, again, serves the smallest of small business customers all the way through the largest global multinational customers. And as part of the Alliance Channel, you have access to sell to any of that customer set. So we have solution providers who really specialize on the small business solutions, working with 1 or 2 site locations, and we have solution providers who really work with large global multinational customers selling, very complex MPLS solutions, AT&T VPN, security solutions, NetBond, you name it.
Great. Now, in your time leading this program, how have you seen it change, directions that it's gone?
Yeah, any healthy program has to go through change because the industry's changing all the time, right? So it wasn't too many years ago that TDM services were the norm, right? And then we started going to IP-based services, and all of it continues to morph. And if you stand still, you get left behind. So I like to think forward than backward. And when you think going forward about where we are and what has to happen, it's the integration of all of these services, wireline, wireless, it's connecting things together, the Internet of Things, IoT, right? A lot of people like to make that very complex. It's nothing more than connecting things together using virtual means and wireline means. So going forward, it is becoming a software-based world. So AT&T is investing in skills pivot for our own people, for our solution providers, so we can take advantage of all these going forward trends to help them meet their customer needs.
Cool. Looking forward in 2018, the year ahead, you mentioned some of the changes being software defined. What other changes do you see?
When you think about going forward, all of the changes line up. It's a software-driven world, so that's what's happening. And no one can predict the future, but there are some undeniable trends, right? Software is changing the economy. And if you think about what that means, access to information, access to data, video's driving things. So demand and bandwidth utilization is huge. So fiber is important, 5G is important, things that are at the cornerstone of our network. But that's not all. You have to be virtual, and you have to be able to be scalable. So things like software-defined network bring in the ability to scale bandwidth on demand, right? Our network on demand services. You need to protect those connections, so security is so important. So you got to wrap an envelope of security around any solutions you put together, and no one has a greater portfolio of solutions, security solutions than AT&T. And as a partner of AT&T, you have access to the full breadth of AT&T solutions. The same solutions our direct team has, our indirect partners have, because it's all about meeting those customer needs and helping those customers succeed in the future.
Right. So let's talk a little about channel partner feedback. So what are the things that channel partners have always said they like about AT&T's partner programs, and over the years, what are the things that they've requested and that you've had to work toward?
Yeah, terrific question. When you think about a program, and the Alliance program has been around a long time, Apex is a relatively new program, ACC has been around a long time. In order to stay current, right, you really have to build your program on what I consider 4 key pillars, right? The first is breadth of services. You have to offer the breadth of services so that your indirect partners have everything they need to build the right solutions. From an AT&T perspective, check. Everyone gives us credit for that our solutions are leading edge and we have what they need. The other 3 components are the culture of the company. Is AT&T channel friendly? When I talked about the range of indirect programs we have, over the last 5 or 10 years, we've become so channel friendly, and it's important. The reason we're channel friendly is because together we are better. Together we are more powerful. Together we can reach more customers, we can build better solutions, and we can help them more. So together we're better. So that's breadth of services and culture. Enablement. They're always saying, can you make it easier to do business with us? We have invested millions of dollars in platforms and tooling over the last couple of years in training programs. And if you haven't worked with AT&T, come on board. You will be amazed. And of course, the last thing is fair compensation plans, right? That's the 4th element. And AT&T has extremely fair compensation plans and some exciting stuff as we look forward into 2018. They're even going to get better across all 4 fronts: breadth of services, compensation, enablement, and culture. So if you haven't been working with AT&T, the time is now. If you have been, jump on board. We're here to grow with you.
Let's talk a little bit about needs. So what kind of needs are you seeing amongst the customers that your partners are serving, and how are you trying to meet those needs as AT&T?
Yeah, so customers today, a lot of customers, large and small, what they're doing is they're hearing all about the future, and there's so many things happening, right? It's the cloud, it's IoT, it's the integrated services. What does it mean? Transformation, software. So what we like to do, and customers are asking all those things, and it's the right thing to ask. How do they make sure their business uses technology to advance and help their customers? What we try to do at AT&T is simplify it. It's all about connecting people, right? It's all about connecting people to their customers, to their suppliers, in the most economical way possible, and in the best way possible. So those are the customer needs, and our breadth of solutions, working with solution providers, meet those needs.
Great. So as you're doing that, as you're looking at changing technology, what's your message to partners? And how are you looking for them to change, to be on board with you?
Yeah, I would say there's 2 things that are critically important for partners, and partners that we want to do business with and we're going to work with and invest in. The first is they need to invest in a skills pivot for their own employees and their businesses. This technology is changing very, very fast. They need to stay up with it. We need to understand how software is transforming the world. They need to understand how security is a vital element in any solution. So they need to invest in a skills pivot for their own employees, just like AT&T is doing. Right? We're investing in our own network, we're virtualizing, we're training our people to the tune of millions of hours. They need to do the same thing. The second, and equally important, is we're in the age of the customer. Customers have more power today than they ever have. They enter the buying cycle more intelligent than they ever were, more knowledgeable about solutions. They're looking for providers who can take it the next step. So we're looking for partners who invest in themselves, understand our vision wants to come along, and also understand that the customer is the ultimate decision maker, and those who address the customer needs are the ones we want to partner with.
So to wrap up, as you're here in Austin this weekend, interacting with partners, there's a lot that you've already said in this talk that's been great. Just to sum it up, what's your message to partners here in Austin?
I think whenever there's change, whenever there's a little bit of uncertainty, what's going to happen with technology, is software, hardware is becoming software solutions, all of that. AT&T can help you with it. We have the breadth of services, our Flexware solutions, our network on demand solutions, our over-the-top solutions, our high bandwidth solutions, our mobile solutions. We have it all. But most importantly, we want to work with firms that keep that customer first, that invest in themselves, that understand where it's going, and help that customer make it simple, right? Help them meet the needs of their customers. And that's what it's all about, using technology to do that. We can help our partners with it, they can help us with it, and together we're stronger.
Kevin Leonard, thanks for your time. Good seeing you in Austin.
Thank you.
Have
Thanks,
a great
James.
day.
Bye.